Hello and welcome to episode 21 of my A to Z stitch series. We're on letter U now and we're learning the uneven berry stitch. So let's spin the spinner and find out what we're going to make. The crochet gods are happy with me. We're making a pouch. So you'll need your yarn of choice, the recommended hook size, scissors, tapestry needle, and 2 stitch markers. Begin by making a slip knot. For this stitch, we need to start by chaining any even number. I'm going to do 16 for mine. Alrighty, and once you're done, turn the chain over so that you're looking at the back of it. We're going to work into the back bumps for a nice clean look. For row 1, we're just going to be making single crochets. So skip the first 2 chains and insert into the 3rd chain from the hook and make a single crochet. There we go, and we're going to work into this chain space later, so to make it easier for yourself, grab one of your stitch markers and insert it into the chain space. Alrighty, and now just continue working a single crochet into every back bump all the way across. I'll do a couple with you and then I'll meet you at the end of the row. So here's my completed row 1, nice and easy. Once you're done, chain 1 and turn your work. The chain 1 here and throughout the pattern will count as a stitch. We're going to skip this first stitch and we're going to make a berry stitch into the next one. So begin by yarning over first, then insert your hook into the 2nd stitch, yarn over and pull it through. You should have 3 loops on your hook right now. Yarn over and we're going to pull it through just this first loop and we're going to make a little chain. You should still have 3 loops on your hook. Now we'll do that again. Yarn over, then reinsert your hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull it through. You should have 5 loops on your hook now. Yarn over and pull it through just the first loop. Alrighty, and so you should still have 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over one more time and pull through all 5 loops. Perfect, and we'll finish every berry stitch by chaining 1. Whew, lots of steps, but not too bad, right? Alrighty, and now we're going to make a slip stitch into the next stitch. Great job. We're going to work into this chain space later, so grab your 2nd stitch marker and pop it in there to help out future you. We're going to alternate berry stitches and slip stitches all the way across the row, so let's do a couple more together. Yarn over first, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull it through, yarn over and pull through just the first loop on your hook, and repeat. Yarn over and reinsert into the stitch, yarn over and pull it through, yarn over and pull through just the first loop. Perfect. Then yarn over one last time and pull through all 5 loops. And then don't forget to chain 1. Now we're going to make a slip stitch into the next stitch. Alright, so I'm going to do it one more time with you. Yarn over first, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through just the first loop. Then yarn over and reinsert into the same stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through just the first loop, then yarn over again and pull through all 5, and always finish with a chain 1. Then slip stitch into the next stitch. So continue alternating them all the way across. The last slip stitch is going to be worked into the chain space, so I'll meet you at the very end, so we'll do that together. So I'm making my final berry stitch right now. There we go. Now we're going to insert our hook into the chain space and make a slip stitch to finish the row. Great job, everyone. Once you're done, you can chain 1 and turn your work. Row 3. We're going to alternate slip stitches and single crochets for this row. We're going to skip the slip stitch in the chain 1 that we used to close the berry, and we're going to insert into the top of the berry stitch and make a slip stitch. So skip your chain and 2 stitches and then make a slip stitch in the next one. And as always, don't forget to pop your stitch marker in this new chain space that we've made. Okie dokie, now we're going to make a single crochet into the next stitch, which is a slip stitch from the previous row, and it's right in between the berry stitches. And that's all we're going to do for this row. skip the chain 1 and make a slip stitch into the berry stitch. Perfect, then single crochet into the next stitch. Skip a stitch, slip stitch into the next, and single crochet into the next. Skip, slip stitch, single crochet all the way across. Your final single crochet will be worked in the turning chain, which is where I'll meet you. So I'm making my last slip stitch right now. And then to finish the row, I'm going to make a single crochet in the turning chain. Perfecto. Once you're done, chain 1 and turn your work. Row 4, we're going to make berries again, but it'll be slightly different from row 2 because we want the berries to be staggered and not stacked, which is what makes it the uneven berry stitch. So we're going to skip the first single crochet and we're going to slip stitch into the next stitch, which was a slip stitch. And don't forget your stitch marker. And now we're going to make a berry stitch into the next stitch, which is a single crochet. And don't forget your chain 1. And now just continue to alternate slip stitches and berry stitches all the way across until you reach the final 2 stitches, where we'll make a slip stitch and single crochet. So keep going and I'll meet you there to finish the row. So I just made my final berry stitch and now I'm going to make a slip stitch in the next stitch. Perfect, and then finish by making a single crochet in the very last stitch. So cute, great job everyone. Once you're done, chain 1 and turn your work. Time for row 5. We're going to skip this first single crochet and we'll make a single crochet in the next stitch, which is a slip stitch. And don't forget to place your stitch marker in this new chain space. This is basically the same as row 3 now. We're going to skip the next stitch, which was the chain 1 to close the berry, and we'll slip stitch into the next stitch, which is the top of the berry. Perfect, and then single crochet in the next stitch. Skip a stitch and slip stitch into the next one. And just continue like that, single crochet, skip a stitch, slip stitch, all the way across until the last 2 stitches where you'll single crochet in the final slip stitch and slip stitch in the turning chain. But keep going and I'll meet you there to finish the row. So I'm at the end of the row and I have 2 stitches left. We're going to make a single crochet in the next, which was a slip stitch. And then make a slip stitch in the turning chain to finish. Perfect, then chain 1 and turn your work. And now from here, it's a 4-row repeat, repeating rows 2 through 5 until you reach your desired size. The instructions are on the screen, so you can pause here and take a screenshot, and I'll come back to show you my finished rectangle, and then we'll sew it into a pouch. So here's mine. I made a total of 29 rows, or another way to think of it is that I repeated the 4-row repeat 7 times. Once you're finished, chain 1 and fasten off as normal, then we'll sew the sides together and finish this up. So fold it in half inside out and then we'll slip stitch the sides together. Grab a couple stitch markers to make it easier to keep everything lined up. We're going to place one through the stitches on each end of the top, and then place one through each side around the middle of it. Then you can make a slip knot, pop that on your hook, and we'll start from the bottom. Insert your hook through the bottom on each side and make a slip stitch. This project is super forgiving if you're not going through the exact same spot on each side, but just try to keep the slip stitches evenly spaced. Just keep slip stitching the side closed. And then we want the last slip stitch to be worked into these stitches on each side where we place the stitch marker. There we go. Once you're done, you can chain one and fasten off. So here's how it's looking so far. So super cute, and this was super easy. Now repeat that on the other side, and then we'll make the little tie closure. Flip it right side out, and here's how it's looking. So adorable. So let's add the ties now. We're going to do this very simply. Find the middle stitches. For me, I find it easiest to use the berry stitches to find the middle. I have an even number of berries, so I'll attach them to the stitch right between the center ones. But if you have an uneven number, then attach right above the center one. So I'm just attaching with the slip stitch. And then chain, chain, chain until you're happy with the length. We'll lose one chain when we fasten off, so keep that in mind. I'm doing 13 for mine, but how many you do will depend on your yarn weight, hook size, and tension, but somewhere between 11 and 21 will probably be good for most. Once you're done, grab your scissors and cut the yarn. Pull the tail through and give it a tug. Like I said, you're going to lose a chain, and that's okay. Repeat that on the other side, and then we'll weave in the ends. Here's mine. I'm going to trim the ends of the tie, but if you want to weave them in, just go up and down through them until it's all hidden. But if you want to trim them like me, then just give them both another big tug to make sure that it's super secured, and then trim them evenly. Perfecto. Now I'll weave in these ends while we talk about the stitch and some ideas for it. Let's start with the easiness of it. It's definitely not a mindless pattern. I had to check the instructions of every single row without fail. It's definitely easy enough, but since each row is slightly different, that was the hardest part for me. But cuteness, I love this. This feels like a mature version of the bobble stitch or popcorn stitch. I like how it's 3D, but still kind of flat. It's like the chic, sophisticated older sister. I love a stitch that pops out, and this one is just stunning. So will I retire or reuse this stitch? I will definitely reuse, and it might win out over the popcorn or bobble stitch in the future. I love this one so much. So now let's talk about ideas for the stitch. First and foremost, I think that this would be adorable for pouches, bags, electronic sleeves, baskets, trays, stuff like that. I think it would be gorgeous as a fun detail added onto wearables. It would take a lot of yarn, but it would be a beautiful blanket or pillow cover. You could also make a hot pad with it, tea towels. There are just so many good ideas for this stitch. But that was it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, whether you've been following along for the whole series or just joined for this one. I appreciate it so much. If you want to help support my channel, then a like and a comment goes a long way, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll be posting more stitch tutorials multiple times a week until the end of the year, so don't miss out. There's only 5 left after this. But thanks again, and as always, happy crocheting and stay lucky. Bye!